Entering provisions are amended through referendum. Ain't you know any idea will be able to be say
So hey, you shouldn't like even.
under Article 201. For the Supreme Court to interpret what two terms under the Constitution means. There was a consecutive and I said there was a
Winning 2024 and beyond.
Okay, let's go kasa ho. And now in the sound in the
Yeah. Let's look at it. That's good. That's good. Maintain come how.
Yeah, assassin. Oh,
Newspapers nana. Yeah, started with what the maybe. It started with Okada for no. Yeah, your flyers no. That's cool. And flyers no. Abutrika, Okada, and
we are customs.
a deportation of 3 drafts. What is so team come on about whom baby I come from? It's hard, everybody. The baby I confuse you. Yeah. Why? All right. If you discuss it, OSP, a newspaper now we're in the video, be now. See, prime the two. Yeah. This year started OSP come on now. How's the video? Be there was free court to buy. A member be very trying to watch it. I want you to know what a Schwarzenegger. And it's with me, Eddie. About 10. And I just include you at the newspapers not covered here discussing now.
office. So it's very important for us. The first meeting, welcome all of us to this meeting. Today offers a moment of renewal and a call to action. And it is the first meeting of the Interministerial Coordinating Committee on Decentralization since this government took office. So it's very important for us. The meeting enables us to reaffirm our commitment to placing decentralization at the heart of development and accountable governance in line with our Constitution. I am pleased to know that today's meeting includes an orientation session. This is designed to give all of us, especially our ministers, a clear understanding of the National Decentralization Policy Framework and Strategy, the workings of the IMCC, and the key decentralization reform agenda, and as well the strategic approaches we will employ to implement them effectively. For nearly 4 decades, Ghana has made deliberate efforts to strengthen our local governance system. The establishment of the IMCC in 2010 was a way to recognize that a single ministry cannot achieve decentralization. This requires a wider approach anchored on coordinated and sustained leadership from all the sectors whose mandates interface with local development and service delivery. The IMCC remains a national institutional mechanism for intersectoral policy coordination and for the decentralized local governance system. Honorable colleagues, friends, I'm pleased to note that the formulation of the National Decentralization Policy and Strategy 2026 to 2030 has been completed and will be presented to this committee today. The new policy and strategy document provides a coherent roadmap across 6 thematic areas, which are 1, political decentralization, 2, administrative decentralization, 3, decentralized planning, 4, fiscal decentralization, 5, local economic development, and 6, popular participation and accountability. And as we know, the policy and strategy will not implement themselves. Successful implementation requires collective ownership, strong political backing, technical commitment, full sectoral alignment, and effective coordination. Every ministry represented here has a critical role to play alongside the IMCC. Colleagues, please let us use this meeting to build consensus, energize the reform process, and set the tone for the successful implementation of the National Decentralization Policy and Strategy. 2 key departments, I think finance and the District Assembly Common Fund. We have a private conversation later. I want to thank all of you for your time, for your commitment, and I look forward, I'm sure, like all of us, to the fruits of these deliberations. Thank you very much. Welcome all of us to this meeting. Today offers a moment of renewal and a call to action. And it is the first meeting.
This is the COVID Health Recovery Levy Repeal Act 2025. And it's my honor and privilege to sign to repeal the COVID levy. Promise made, promise delivered. And today is the 10th of December, 2025. Sign. purported to provide free water, free electricity, free food, and a lot of things. And to the shock of most Ghanaians after the pandemic was over and after the elections were over, government slapped Ghanaians with a 1% value-added tax, ostensibly to recover what it's supposed to have spent on the COVID pandemic. Ghana continued to remain one of the only countries where we're being taxed for a pandemic that had passed. And so during the election, we promised that when the NDC comes to power, the COVID levy is one of those who repeal. A lot of Ghanaians have disliked this tax, and today I'm pleased that on the 10th of December 2025, I've signed the repeal act to remove the 1% COVID levy. And I will present it to the Clerk of Parliament. This is the COVID Health Recovery Levy.
About me and a chance here, or no quack, say, won't
Say Oko concede.
yes. No kind of chance, what kind. Part no chance. Penifua, or matter, stakeholders, or matter, no matter.
The decision for the early concession.
Decision, or whether it was right or it was wrong. And not about me and quadrant. And a party now, stakeholders, or more and they take this decision. Let's be fair. It does not matter, say, oh, penasem on penasem. But asema, any no quantity, we will be canton so. Strong rumor that the situational rumor me cast me body here. Penifo bo nya chance election ya 12 Saturday by 8 p.m. They won't allow results na ko echo. If I nipa dey be kwa no almost to say can adwena Saturday na adwena no ko wonjin
only clear.
Nem ka say there be.
You were in that meeting.
I was in that meeting. I'm ka say there be. Mon train. Because your constituency be ha yenyan if anything kwa yenko next day. Can I say akwa kama cast ka that day na kana adwena no ka ojitum. So but the rationale behind it is that there are not tension a war on memoir. Now I got to aba no who said be one dim kunim. Oba braka say okay. And the memo man why the tension back to my course amount for akuma betu amount mo hwe TV o ma bibi ha o mo dwuro man e basabesi obesi Ghana ho boni ba besi Ghana ho. It was in good spirit. And at that meeting no omo kind about me ajutu.
Media me wo gidi ewo nyame mu akamfo mo na mobu mo be mo se aboa oni dua no nyame ene pra ne ho. Me gidi se onyame obepra me ho. Me gidi se nyame bepra me ho.
About me and the time. One of the main reasons I NDC for ye Chief Justice everyone wake up. So I'm say book we for Japan, me boy. Yes, so mo document bo ha. O ma trust winning election 2024 and beyond. We are my copy. A tier for permit me jam mom. To boss in the kind. A playbook no more mo person mo ye nyina na ekoso. It is I ya ma me toku no. Me ya say obutum. But second no obi fofo bi o bi ano adwene say be nefro.
Baba granted say the wo can cry and cry. You've made a point say the provision in the constitution on the executive no a entrenched provision. Ain't whether or super majority in parliament or win super majority entrenched provisions are amended through referendum. Ain't yanonanye adia will be abetimi aye ho bibia. Say the other option will be to go to the Supreme Court under Article 2:1 for the Supreme Court to interpret what two terms under the Constitution means. So I was say consecutive, and I say I was say oko break but now sign ebebio. Say omo follow our path now. What have they done wrong? That will be using the same constitutional procedure.
And remember obi ehun adekonti a yeyi ye mamtoko no free ho.
How so?
Supreme Court yasa the judges be do abeka ho. Me see to Kuma obi me catch and no patronate to tour. Enche. The party be beko Supreme Court for interpretation
on
sa provision a car about
two terms,
no. Whether 2 terms mean 2 consecutive terms or just 2 terms. Eh? Oh yeah, no more say share other options said that constitutional amendment on person year. Professor
H.
Pepper down no. Sa no mani mienu nyina mo we or more options ahwe. No mani abre parliament e per majority e say inya sa no mani nyina no eba honey and trend. It's very difficult because when you 2 terms majority of parliament because there should be a referendum on it.
Sure.
So the easy way out no is just for interpretation. Because interpretation will be a Supreme Court interpreted. He said, one of the main reasons I NDC for ye Chief Justice everyone wake up home. So I'm say book your friend Japan, yes, so I'm document buha or my trust winning election 2024 and beyond. We are my copy a tier for permit major mom to boss in a kind. A playbooker, no more person yen in an echoes. It is sad, ya mamma token. Ya say abutum but second no before for be will be not I didn't say being a floor.
Baba granted said the will kind of cry and no cry. You've made a point, sir. The provision in the constitution on the executive no a entrenched provision. Ain't whether or super majority in parliament or win super majority entrenched provisions are amended through referendum. Ain't yanonye idea will be a bit me a home bibia. Say the other option will be to go to the Supreme Court under Article 2:1 for the Supreme Court to interpret what 2 terms under the Constitution means. So I was say a consecutive, and I say I was say oko break banner sign ebebio. Say follow our path now. What have they done wrong? That will be using the same constitutional procedure.
And remember, be a one the Kuntia ye Yamamto Kunufru.
How so?
Supreme Court, yes, the judges will do a becount. Messi to Kuma, Obi me catch and no patronage to tour. And check the party be Supreme Court for interpretation
on
sa provision a car about 2 terms no. Whether 2 terms mean 2 consecutive terms or just 2 terms. Oh yeah, no more say share other options said that constitutional amendment on person year. Professor
H.
Pepper down no. Sa no mani mienu nyina mo we or more options ahwe. No mani abre parliament e per majority e say inya sa no mani nyina no eba honey and trend. It's very difficult because when you 2 terms majority of parliament because there should be a referendum on it.
Sure.
So the easy way out no is just for interpretation. Because interpretation will be a Supreme Court interpreted. He said Abemra. One of the main reasons I NDC for ye Chief Justice everyone wake up home. So I'm say book your friend Japan, yes, so I'm document buha or my trust winning election 2024 and beyond. We are my copy a tier for permit major mom to boss in a kind. A playbooker, no more person yen in an echoes. It is sad, ya mamma token ya say abutum. But second no before for be will be not I didn't say being a floor.
Baba granted said the will kind of cry and no cry. You've made a point, sir. The provision in the constitution on the executive no a entrenched provision. Ain't whether or super majority in parliament or win super majority entrenched provisions are amended through referendum. Ain't yanonye idea will be a bit me a home bibia. Say the other option will be to go to the Supreme Court under Article 2:1 for the Supreme Court to interpret what 2 terms under the Constitution means. So I was say a consecutive, and I say I was say oko break banner sign ebebio. Say follow our path now. What have they done wrong? That will be using the same constitutional procedure.
And remember, be a one the Kuntia ye Yamamto Kunufru.
How so?
Supreme Court, yes, the judges will do a becount. Messi to Kuma, Obi me catch and no patronage to tour. And check the party be Supreme Court for interpretation
on
sa provision a car about 2 terms no. Whether 2 terms mean 2 consecutive terms or just 2 terms. Oh yeah, no more say share other options said that constitutional amendment on person year. Professor H. Pepper down no. Sa no mani mienu nyina mo we or more options ahwe. no money break parliament e pay majority e say inya sa no many nyina no eba honey and trend it's very difficult because when you 2/3 majority of parliament because there should be a referendum on it. So the easy way out no is just for interpretation. Because interpretation will be a Supreme Court interpretation say Abemra. One of the main reasons I NDC for ye Chief Justice everyone wake home. So I almost say book your friend Japa, meboa. Yes, so mo document bo ha. O ma trust winning election 2024 and beyond. We are my copy. A tier for permit me jam mom. To boss in the kind. A playbook no more person mu ye nyina na ekoso. It is said ya ma me tokunu no. Ya say abutum. But se kan no obi fofo bi o bi ano adwene se be nefro.
Baba granted say the ewo can cry and no cry. You've made a point say the provision in the constitution on the executive no a entrenched provision. Ain't whether or super majority in parliament or win super majority entrenched provisions are amended through referendum. Ain't ya no nanye idea will be abetimi aye ho bibia. Say the other option will be to go to the Supreme Court under Article 2:1 for the Supreme Court to interpret what 2 terms under the Constitution means. So I was say consecutive, and I say I was say oko break banner sign ebebio. Say omo follow our path now. What have they done wrong? That will be using the same constitutional procedure.
And remember, be a who kuntia ye mam to kunufri.
How so?
Supreme Court, yes, the judges will do a becount. Messi to Kuma, Obi me catch and no patronage to tour. And check the party be Supreme Court for interpretation
on
sa provision a car about 2 terms no whether 2 terms mean 2 consecutive terms or just 2 terms. Oh yeah, no more say share other options said that constitutional amendment on beso mo ye. Professor H. down no. Sa no mani mienu nyina mo we or more options ahwe. No money break parliament e pay majority e say inya sa no mani nyina no eba honey and trend it's very difficult because when you 2/3 majority of parliament because there should be a referendum on it. So the easy way out no is just for interpretation. Because interpretation will be a Supreme Court interpretation say
Abemra. All right. It's another beautiful morning. This is Friday, the 12th of December 2025. Yeda Unyankopon Otwedi Ampon Kwame ase Onyame Aduma Ochina Eyememenda ene nwumire da de lumba wake up no bekoso ewo baba yara ohwe wo mo ko ho no anadwo ba bisia no pe ya green carpet ya na se ye fe no astro tv ahye nyina ahye ye fe no say canopies ni tent any other stages ya so mo manti nyina me hye say in the course of today enu say wi ankoto no na enkonwa ene enfidia eseko ho nyina akọ ebusuafo mo amugusa ebeba so anaje emaso no ana mi hu de mo pase mo ka eno ekosie ebusuapanyi eye na yi dendenden edin kan yenkantre omanfo se Benshia Palace ese yenkanka yene a ekabi ewo media mu bloggers podcasters any mainstream media for content pedi na saying nipa content che said the copy good no you know why or says I feature say yes remo aya mo ka munyi ahimfie emfiremu sabio wonemu a we enya ahimfu aye eti enro anwumre na yeti free open show radio say na no trase no Benshia is urging the general public to disregard any reports attempting to associate the palace with matters concerning the preparations for the burial and funeral rites of Mr. Charles Kojofosu, popularly known as Daddy Lumba. And no, one announcement here. I want you to take it seriously. Said the bear, minim said the enemy, and Crawford, Apim Pamomoy and Daddy would like to pass by and have a feel of what is going on. In all your narrations and interviews, if you are granted an interview or you are the one interviewing, be mindful not to, bring the name of the palace into disrepute. After all, that Lumba and Sebio, as until the royal, because you know, so many fee, and so your royal, it moka no makani, said ye, I fee, and so and they are not paid discussions here, Benano, ubia ya no remind you say masa oka susuka if you say eye paako so nsuta na komonya omode hye ene da form ti se busha panyi to park anase onua ba kwasua brempoma anase oyire panyini ene oyire keto nyina betiase no mabayi na sere de etasi sabi enye de ehu bi de ne eyiye bia no aya na isi a ewu nsensema edeba obi si lumba no ye prophet because no nyom makra mo no ase ohun se sansem besi ena obo sa anyom no nyom no so no obo ya check kakra fa some 10 to 20 years ago ena obo sa anyom to oha buza panyi omo sa anyom no akuso sewa omo odobro ni ne oha otabo etu ono de bye ahwe no ye pa me head anti ne num kasa bia from 1 week ni besi ne mente so odobro ni ka bibi afa bonkuma na ase nifa anase nenim nemom de nyina ehwe ni mu ni se omo betrase friend numre yi se yede na mu beto empamu na yentimi akohwe na ni achi no makope no kura bra sa betrase na abusua ni oman eni asanteman eni Ghana man ni wiase afa na nyina omo ye krado so mpese omo jada dumba kwa no betu abecha no efri enne nwumre ochina memene ekusi ni kwasi ada so na no ehon tutuye no in the course of the discussion my good friends here will help us to know some details that are worthy to be known by you. Na eno efri ho a yeko yamamu mu a enra atadwe we nya papa shi atadwe na we eye political atadwe if you say ye ba beto about 2024 no onum za about what say mape wo ko no amfa promise anka ho a wa hwe a check no filu kura wo pene because ade media we charge dey ese otumi printi bibi o mampanyi mahama no wo ye campaign no o ma promises bebre ebi wo ho a otumi ediso enuka do di so ache ebi say yi levy say nani change no simple enu de ntia chichire NPP for bo om go gura batro no president mahama ba we ni busum ba ku mienu kwa no yi free ho enu yi ada levies bia eye betting tax and we see tax no kwa da anya adwumenti no aso bia hye dan kan ho hwe covid levy konfo busa se na na mfa kan no so ma America kra ampani ampani nuane ampa enra da sorry ya
PO Act 2025
and the sketchy fe ewo Jubilee House na ohwe be men na watch and then the penna see ade president no enkan ka omo makwaba no obi asua Trump first animal wo musan na camera na so but these days Trump kwado to the best stadium no why you we are no chepens ni nyina happens no boarding tunya ba ko a you know Americans is a whole memorabilia there on the battle for the men president betnase esensan wo nkrata na say ba ko mienu miensa media matimi you know ba ko amedi nkate eye covid levy wo ye free ho afei so sa okada for so say e legalize omo am okada so abeye commercial vehicle licensed and legalized commercial vehicles say ende say the nkofo etumi to taxi na anaso to car keto na painting the taxi anaso any commercial no dey siwo na odi uber odi taxi no sa na obi to motor ono so betumi ama ade aye commercial vehicle a obetumi afanipa because nan saying so wo be kroma na wo free kromu ekofi enwumre na no pa na aya na wote okam a asesi na nante because as a matter of fact say wo be dru be quite run about na say wo ba Bantima High Street here. I don't know why you should even stop a car because why here we be 1 hour e wo kwanu mu abra on until 15 minutes kwano na wo dru High Street here. Eti no so e ade ba kwa ba Parliament has passed Road Traffic Amendment Bill 2025 legalizing the use of quadricycles. Abuja for say abobo ya ne brofo e quadricycle. Tricycles and motorcycles. The motorcycle no eno na ne fe no okada no. Tricycle no eno pragia and quadricycle no abobo ya kwade se ke tumi be ties ni tumi forgo but eno enso ne ensema aba matese Okada Riders Association of Ghana Malik Pasinteli ne activate all cameras for no army for no omo so a promise president Mahama said omo si atwen we ache no enche bia omo boabo mo ho no na omo mutu no akoda na se won crime se beje ne nsem ho na no se de se boys na se mi ni se omo akoda na no bibia maye kra no you see how they move. Now we are when an opportunity like this to appear before the president. I don't know whether the Jubilee House is going to make arrangements to meet them, but said the boys now we are attached, no, and now no permit say omo president any radio for be air kasa no chim say or omo sheye say omo pese omo koto omo panyin na omo dana sie na ohu say do ayama omo no omo eni age eno sebebo asemwa abaye de enkomani ni betimi edi afa ho sabi yentumi enso pete me kwan bi so before so if you say your license wo mu yi ebe ma wono mu delay a betumi no mu delay na afi so no wo hwe no nso a wo be hu ne ntem na ekwan bi so nso no your license ya say ne you to bibiri ba wontumi nka say o mu yemfa ba because I didn't me license iti me madwen yem say mo a modwen say okada ene pragia ene abomu ya adolso wo kwan so no na omo ni twimi kura no madolso no omo wotumi ene pepe bitina wa na ese opebito na de odi be adwuma kakra because o tebu akwa na se oba eye bantima abaye adwuma obefa ka o free ho ba no free ha ko wa hwe a no traffic mo ko be di be 3 hours abra okita moto a wana wetuma ba asako eno so eye good news ba ko na news ba ko aba afi so no yesa so ewo yesa nyanenti yesa isi ai media no krendie hono de ana eme na kakra CJ ne afi de bi obeboa yi because if we say NDC eba bemu from January 7th eba your foreign minister the honorable Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa emra na Israel for any Gaza entokwa no ekokoko sokrada na Ghana nyankan bi no oha na abranti ase na hokeka no if you say kwambi so no say Israel for hu ne hi no krenie enkantokwa emfa ho de enka wugina mfimfi no ahwe so betima pata no apata untum pata na okwa no otum enso the honorable Okujeto epase otwe NDC aban no ene dom nyina ekire Israel for say omuntumi enye de omoye ewo Israel on sa be bo Ghana so obeka ya nchepi some few months ago one Israeli ambassador to Ghana enya some exchange kakranka kreb nenye entokwaso de ba nenya grosso ewo TV so ni media mu na san wiki ye mu free kwada neba no honorable Okujeto beka say Israel for o maban no omo treat Ghana for bi ewo Israel ho basabasa to the point say omo a deport ronika say deport obi as obi a wotu kwan ko obi man so no man ne hu no na kwan bi so nti ana bi binti ye gina so say yesa do be kokuru ya bona san omo bo nipa miensa e bai Ghana for miensa mo Israel e ba Ghana die nti a omo bo omo bai no ye ya bai ene ye crash penyina wo hwe amano ne nsam so chese e unjustified chese enyina so papa bi anim ai enunti ono so ape Israel for miensa adeport omo you do me I do you we tit for tat what I say umia emia as to set 3 na Israel for na Ghana edeport omo no means me nyahunu justified reason ya deport omo is it simply because waban apam microphone miensa etiende mo so microphone say san kra na ko ambassador yeho na ko aka say masa tell waban die Israel free room akọ enra enyanente say assessa nkomona so Israel government no apologize to Ghana government for the deportation of those 3 and you merena mu is na saba so there has not been any communication like that of whatsoever apology or anything like that again ekoso ewo your foreign ministry what exactly diplomatically and nationalistically do we have against Israel? Because for all the years that some of us any free Ghana and Israel there and Gaza and Papresso in Israel talk about there see a cross and a baby use it me who say ne obedi the whole farm ha and I say ha so we Christian so we cremoni so to man Ghana mua make my catcher say ampa asembia fenipa ho there but amanyosem na ekoso Israel and no Gaza and sample them one there enka amanyosem muli enka fire ho sa obet my answer wo mo bia na wo mo a emre bi atwam Ghana aban ko Gaza citizens dem bi mo a prepare ne makakra de kuja o because a common issue na edru kra ho a den o eno de recommendable and commendable but to the point as you know mo eba benya wo me amewo de also otiase o man Israel oso eba ewai etan yen de ene chen o mo ase ye doso ye asase soso basa o man ketwa no enemo mutumi ye no say we will be a utai di news ochia utumu say David and Goliath ankasa and asem and yeken. What is happening in our foreign ministry, in our relations with the Israeli government, there and here, and so you come back ye peti. And JP, in fact, and Craddy, you two baby in MPP for Luso Mulusu ye quatnefi, a ye intasentasi as a sacred wash of Frono. Oh, sorry, we prakra over prano, to meeting up or sacred Nasaya. I feel we are now so whom baby a tree. I feel no say as a BB air how. Intasentasi ni mono, ama MPP for Kasa will be a jababia. Now, or candy or no drink say a ma party ni goofy. Prominent among those complaining, or more flag bearers, and as aspirants are almost say, Omudi party name. Party no dinkambe pacho, Katubia say, Chamoni Bicano Maya, Omonfanche, Omditumus no munti, Nipasam, Mutitum say, Nemembu, Anderson Comu through, Levis Anderson Comu through, or went to me because time was beating them. Name about some specific reasons why they lost. Ebino to be finger be no way you move from. Aha. Metati, if Honorable Kennedy Japan campus say, the flag bearer of the MPP in the last election, His Excellency, the former Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, Onoka Humbi, Enema, or mine, Kase Party, Ekofi, Kentaka, especially say, Osabe Jutu Muntem, because one won't see at Toaba. Nadia Chinya, Emra Crasher is said within 3 days, and as somewhere a prepare no declare national na Adia Chinyano na Vice President, any party before beginning TV say Omajetum. Kwasi Kwarteng Kasama Kennedy Japan will just say Sani Tumune course one. Even though in go for about Gaumiabaso say why my attention go for near the other day, and so Ken's camp no doing say. And also come home NDC for Nunya Akukudru, Edu various constituencies parliamentary elections are no more country no munueno. Nam said about Miyajitu Muntemino. A share NDC for no kutupa. In fact, a more Munya Kukudu say, and go for no penny crown, I saw 20 years, Yakaya Homa. Penny Naira, 18, Yemumura coalition centers, Nayankoji, Sitinibi, and Kahun. Omo Eddie Sablemuno, Abobomia for a long time. But just about yesterday on Asempa FM, a multimedia platform back where I work in September, and the General Secretary of the MPP, lawyer Justin Frimpong Kudia, Equatina video so on the Bema or Sabonsu, I will be a friend will be Edutrim Komono. Justin, HD must say, in fact, the decision for Bawumia to come out early as 8th December 2024. No pabes nondu ebejitum say ampa or her data any nema kakra makakasi ni na enya dia MPP betimaji seat no every NDC in fact NDC mum agi free MPP semanesa etika ono nko aba omia dia enkaye ntwa so evisa wantumi awe ne sa decision na emo mba bonte bekasa no Justin Frimpong could ya say enye sabio ba omia nko na hye ne dem na se o hye no office and was a mia na makobe de bisika na akobe de medin e pictures na continue maluso ame kwa bonten akoka ampa so se wo hwe omo video ba bonten na se di na no consider no omo no mo gina kira no Justin Kodua was there. Some other functionaries of the party including some executive members of the party were all flanking him amrana or addressing the nation entino Justin say sebio say papa say a bad decision, say a good decision. As a matter of fact, it cannot be the sole responsibility or at the behest of Bawumia alone, because that decision was taken by the party. Is that going to stop the other camp, the Ken's camp especially, from fingering the Bawumia person and his camp for early concession and blaming him for the entire defeat and the humiliation that they suffered, especially in Parliament? And also, one issue back where Ebabihim. After you read this person, said they will TV daily guide at the Abase SMS scandal. Ken Oforiata, former finance minister, actually an international finance minister, mintis approach ni bida. On any aid, Papa Biano no, any Rebia friend Damwa, any Papa say Inumbia no Muyajuma, strategic Mobilization Limited, a trying to friend SML no. In fact, OSPD washasia or prosecute wom and now court, high court, one crying. Ufurataniha charge in area maneno, ama nasemno, omuguswa, omudie, ye bidin komona, ebabe muye. Parliament apaso kada bill, nika kachro. Pandai election rerun. His Excellency the former Vice President and now be the microphone ban kakrano busas yura. Na enema yakoso parliament ya Pandai asemna bisi finfino. Papacho odwe ho say. We die ja upitu media upo so kasa. Oti ahiafo say ne o mo the microphone be henu ma no kasa ne bio to hwe wi. Akwa no so kra ase wanti asemo kan o still I don't kasa. Former CG na ko bo kutu. Vice President Bamuya Ekacho said, as a matter of fact, the decision for Parliament to write to EC to set a date to conduct that rerun is premature. The reason is saying, which is someone who court in T and Sonka Parliament to me trying Kakra, depending for I become Akudimunkomo. Afe so, or say SEB, former KMA boss. When came an regional minister, I think KMA boss. I started to call National Service Authority. I see ghost names if who represent computer crime na goes to DSikasa. O says he be kwa share hono abayin by masi o monya si chese charges ni reports bi chese one gifty or worry any engrophobia kika ho edi disika mo che wo mo edi shemu. Yate se ya brown mo bailey. Na bail no busam say na that's 120 million Ghana cedis. I don't even know how to pronounce them in Afe you call the Daily Analyst here. The banner headline that one says Mahama Hall's attempt to abolish OSP and as the Office of the Special Prosecutor. Na what say wa kachre and as a washe MPs a omo e pastor omo de sa bill no koto na shebedo mo say omo former de kofi na bebe yedrei e hia say e beto sa de so oti ase say e ye wode anase wo beka say ono kwano no omo asheda no ma hye bibi e pastor omo de to yadwene mu ana. Parliament passes bill to legalize Okada ye moto in Nigeria for the phone Okada Ghana ye nim tweeting and so Adia Edda, the Daily Analyst. You call the next newspaper. You call the next newspaper so we the Daily Statesman. The Daily Statesman say Ayariga speaks on third term for Mahama. And the 11th of December in Yakrata Tintin Kakrakabi every in fact the chairman of the ruling National Democratic Congress, the Honorable Johnson Esidin Ethiopia Freno General Mosquito. See our chairman Mosquito. One also Ejina Party Nidimu, Atre Krata, Andemi, Mahama Ayariga, majority leader especially. Say Sa and Semina, Ordenenam, Set Chinchrachi, Onodie, Unyayaga, Kwanyabi Wa, Obefum, Nanka Ma President Mahama, Atwaso, 3 terms, 3 new year. President Mahama holding, we see for man now, a man of 4, 5, 6, and as a lifetime president said the Kwame Nkrumah. I have a document I can refer you to. What I say, Nkrumah used similar tactics to secure that lifetime presidency. Eti sa Mahama Ayariga ensema Okai and a Daily Statesman a capture. She says that he may be compelled to pursue it if NDC proposes it. I heard the chairman say doing a tear Canada. I say Ayariga ne term no show the Kotrani Krumboko na ope a war na omo independent or Baumia condemns indecent haste in Pandai by elections. Medinkai Achiro Kakra Achiro. You call the next newspaper. The Daily Searchlight. And also Etifia Semba could be also stop frustrating Ghanaian businesses. The Honorable Kennedy Japan to GRA Ghana Revenue Authority. In fact, Central and say this week in one Namgumwa and this on one important our central region na what the magiari bruta just say Ghana Revenue Authority or more mojejeje adwuma income tax na de ade no monam na wabetra kwano yeso be event we are ba comedy show yi obekọ na se GR for mo abeje yen tax for a gate wono o me be 10 I say na dey tax say na mbodi amode ni pattern e na e ba so obi ape bia hwe obo ba so mba ni free o na wo pa so wuro mu free wan ntua na wo beje ko say ene de tax ken akache o mo say sa hwe ni mu na eba Ghana businessman na ya yire ne say de wakoye bone enso abrofo India for Lebanese ni China for your business wa on timpo say GR ni bia ko ama ko da esude bia na mrebu kwa no mutumi de kradu ebeton store e say untua wo tax ken say so man nya ide omo ye na Ghana economy no e be collapse. OSP gets reprieve as President Muhammad directs Ayariga and Dafiamapo. These two gentlemen, one is the majority leader and one is the majority chief whip. Comrades. And Omakabo Senko Monday, they will be air court parliament. Tomondoso, absolute majority. Nipa bako krade ba, they be so mapabu. And now President Muhammad Sekrachi, a crache for the Moyano.
Mini de tu madi.
Enra OSP Eco High Court to a walk with you for that when you have seven. Or chain terminator. So what has our commando moving a friend terminator now? I don't mind some no anyasem kotoa because Jabi namwe if you catch a simple for penecum. A man said, dear, who dear. Nanso, if work was a young will never will be everywhere when you war. And go for Fako police station a post for him. Which means on what in the police. Because Omuna a training was say, I'm passing some of when I mono, our moon that pale so dear. A beer, actually, Martin Pebu, a Bebako room, Amayare. You heard the other newspapers. The Ghanaian Times. Or say withdraw OSP repeal bill. President orders. Parliament passed Zukada bill. First Lady Mrs. Lordina Mahama meets Ministers' Wives Association of Assemblies of God. And Nigeria intensifies crackdown on tax defaulters in Accra. Yanko the next newspaper. We so free the Chronicle. Mahama ready to fight bribery and corruption. Torpedoes attempt by NDCMP to scrap Ajami's OSP. And the assassinating so I introduce you mandatory annual pensioner certificate renewal. If free April Busuna Ibe Uremu and 2026 mono Social Security and National Insurance Trust, a charity of friends as a pensioner certificate renewal no free 26 April kono e be mandatory. You got the next newspaper. Now then as a ebutrika de MI. Okay. Wo de twan ye na social media your time so e TikTok especially abrantie bi Ghana ni abrantie e was somewhere in the eastern region ho baby na omo ejira just say ono why say me weather no onye boxer anya hwe ezude bia no onya sika egu nanim ekan na sika Frederick Kumi obia friend abutrika attacking kind or camera mu or TikTok so especially no say uhu na say what say mu bia ye sori ahomachen say ye bede ho behwehwe so apa bibia kodina na say ase wo de enya bra bi na ho bo no if you say sika obekan enya sika nketo wante bebre so wo kan aye den de nyansa bia enim so de bia wo ye ene kasia obeto ete say the yuko foko fandonga Williams vie no te say abronya se Lozoros cars oka Lozoros cars na me hu an ko say luxurious na abronya de ye wure Frederick Kumi ekomu komu a senya Ghana for gwan na ehwe no US FBI ene yoku ene Ghana police na akabo mu na branch 31 years old too eno kra mnyenhwe so wonya papa wono otumi atumi aye no ho se otumi aye no ho oba ene AI abai otumi aye profile Facebook profile me kra metenya bi oba no na chi ahwe uhwedin na ohwe ne photo na nka oba ho ofese die ade ne nipa ba kope and I like you in 3 months otumi say Froster eno bi die abrofo no omo ho bi before ma no to ana bibi AI ye wo mu enti abrofo no gini tum say dabro mu no oba nkasa na ehia abusha fo say o videos ni bi liki na unya still o musi ekom kwa mfa so ne abrofo no kasa e wo dem ne ade ade a o hwe screen so a sike egu nyina brand ne dia yes what you have at the fraud abrofo to the tune of $8 million hwe otumi sa emphasize ento bank che o de befie na de befie enka asukonoma wo de apetolity bi ana warehouse bi Said the sister da pay, and card what you go. Abu Jeche da iPhone or toy day, Obenya Quabra name so I'm an chain, or the atoso. Were ye 2,000 Ghana city, you form my Pibiaco, Igum, Acofani Mabano. Were ye in was a carpet, were ye monopano, what kind of residue Sulutono. We are no aside abondo or the tour. 1 minute per the beer every week one show Sikakrano and yes several millions of Ghana cedis. 8 million Ghana cedis. Oh, they multiply some 13 to 14 cities here. You can imagine how much we are talking about. Abranti Omapano. Ebinum say on one and crop for a better woman in Kanko and even Aquatenato. Ebinum say, oh, we are for Nakoka or Papa. We are the pa, we are to come here. How are you? Actually, it didn't be free member. And no other in Yeba. It's 10 minutes to 11. This is Hot in the Morning on Afro City Extra, transmitting live from Bantima High Street here in Kumasi. You can follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. It's all live right now. My comments, no inflow, na share, na tag YMB, na affairs, no, or TikTok, YouTube, a short na, and a try go on, so no, and also to me, I follow, or comment, be out to me, the upper them and time, I was for Yemefi. I have in the studio your regular panelist, the CJ himself, Afro City Chief Justice, Mr. CJ Lewis, is seated. CJ, good morning.
Morning, Gozi.
Sasuna Chidi Richard, no, a Ghanaian with a Nigerian name. Well, who now have because of Nigerian because he has the muscles and everything to back it. Chidi is also in the house. Chidi, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Kwasi.
All right. Now, Yemko Monumu proper. CJ, Mammy Fenfru, Lumbe ye, Impassi me was a bebasso. Name never basso.
Well, from the ground, say the MC Bebaso, but the Mihuni say a bear one sided. I won't say I remember you, a crown for to Mihuni say a year you burn it twice. 14 for now, your my sister on by your modi. March.
14th March.
And your papa she company.
And Timo Dobru in so the Yamiad ma Saturday and Tiabaso. I'm sure so, Kumasi.
It has to be.
Yeah.
Because you see, as a sympathy vote, no name.
Yes.
The Kamea say when you have more sympathy votes compared to.
No, I mean, who is up? Depending where you are looking at it. Both sides, I won't say last time we catch you, say, man, million are victims.
Yeah.
But the woman who give play well, I say, blame me both side of the man. So what I say, million Lumba far or no play or in a way, playboy. Also, what he Lumba? And he probably made it, me say, million victims. But the members who say, you know, 70 are bebaso. Because Oko grounds are, I mean, the Christian say Koso.
Yeah.
Okay. The Christian say Koso, HSBBI ready. And then quite someone can say by 10 o'clock, there should be the decision. They say, Kobo 11. Producer, I know me, I heard the Koso and 10 times, so I say, decision number. But who beside the annotator, but you need a bebaso.
Now, I infuse to train your home a free mono, only say. A year, Bushiana, I say, or Mamma who Ghana Dawson, because in Cantensi, no, say, I infuse as I said, after the assay, but didn't a yard Dawson. And Timoka, who we are more from Mamma Fine, and so, oh dear, what the Kumasiache. I
think, sir, I infuse seven a bit more of Bushia Penina, a year, and from Sonny Mani Banasa. Okay. Who say, Yana Bushia Penny say, a year, and dear Funny and India. Or Santiago Remono. Say, or Henny Woma Busiamwa, a Busiano, a deep, an idiot woman in a map penny, or Henny as last hierarchy.
Yeah.
Until Lumba, dear, and now or Henny womb. Until then, said I near Busia penny, the Yenijan and Asos, I see in Asos. Yeah. Ne qua coca Pacoso. Na Pacoso, so relate at the aba, that dear swabba, right? Until any dear Esabusa penny, the mass I'm phoning in ano. Who check here a busa penny? I'm say last week no cover Pacoso, a money, or 2 coin when here. Now, we are, Redan Coco Bob Messia money, or Kwasi Mensah 3 days to the funeral. Now, what done for crowd on it, Crano, say, Becca 3 days, somewhere program, I'll call Bonham, I'll call invited our baby. Oh, my cousin, I have quite a wadi. I don't think say outside Bruhaha and the ma we buy, but a processor, due processor busapenyan follow in terms of say or see or hine ye no, and a man omuyi or must free.
Chidi, and you may refer her a copy content because you will bloggers grab a yato when you say,
Edi ese wo de wo de wasemba de edi be de hye na ya ka kupemu nsem but
it free and
oduane ne ni ba wasem
de be kan but as you say ye ne be ba so ana semba so na dia I'm just waiting for the ruling a high court ne de be ba say om di injunction ne be ma kusia brempoma amone ayi mu dia ne ehu because for me you know man she had this associating itself from a year na kasan good because ebusiano to be frank, and I don't retract my words. Oma who they also because this is a manner, the legacy no, a lifetime. Michael Jackson man, that's what did in the legacy.
Oh yeah, the entire family.
He is the highest paid dead person or as usual.
Right now,
this year the proceeds score was almost around 50 point something million.
It's more than how much he made when
he was alive.
Yeah,
and all these monies are
including Bob Marley.
Yes. All these monies are going to the coffers of the children.
Yeah.
And Lumba is having such a legacy. This is an opportunity for the family to be rich for lifetime. You can use that as a basis. Now I'm out for the two coin. If you lost all those opportunities because you people so you couldn't say the same thing. You should have forgo all those people. No matter where you are, you see, the family is split.
Yeah.
And clearly, Abusuana me who differences. Say, minim that see we immediate family.
And oh yeah, we immediate the way extended.
Anyway, extended. Na minim that. Cause me fee, yeah, me answer.
Okay.
Yo, petit phone no tell the phone, and I create 2 petit sui. And we all call boys. Ajamasu phone. No, I was opinion near back. I seem see me bush opinion of Akosi or Kasa, otherwise, or Kokebi. I find out. And I think say Abusuano mumbo Abusuano David of Akosenchi no monsa.
Okay.
Or no monsa.
Oh,
and I Abusuano mumbo Abusuano because NSG can as and tell him so he knew Abusuano the no one can say no in any day. A honey in the sin in us. Pacoso hini, you need more Abusuano and tem. You should have cried the only who say or need Abusuano cry and tem and you're fine. Who preparation you can I was sad. This is a manner. The legacy come look at a preparation man.
Yeah.
It's how to prepare for a legend.
Let us give some credit to Abirwana TV.
It's how to prepare for a legend. Somebody on the life dedicated to music for Ghanaians to enjoy. Look at the setup. Ill prepared. Obi into event to be able to catch you. This is not something I say. Yeah, pray and what be a baby. Obi pray and what be jiskabi. No, Connie baby. Because a year and Kabuni, look, at the we stage we say one penny ben and metna. So now
a shadow do a national.
Yantibank Mazilla, a park and a brand in my way. I think another what here.
Crowd is also that a woman in Terra. That pie is huge.
Oh, sorry for my sister, but Cecilia, the pie, my Mrs. Yalapa, former Bantman, or any bread in my me was here. Look at the setup.
The whole place was
the producer, Ebenya, Cecilia, the Palma, and I know
that we can't compare the two now.
I'm not comparing, but look at the setup. Heroes Park, I had to say, bit man containing more than 20,000.
Yeah.
Because it's a large space. Chatawale near Munina Bush one man.
Yes,
I was at President Kufuor's wife. I was there. The number of people. That time, I'm here as I radio. We went there to set up a small studio room to interview some people. And the numbers that were even there, and the setup was marvelous. That the Lumba. And this is how I prepare for the funeral. No.
Where somebody said you Munyamajatum say aspect imagine a fabusha, Penny, fire, no fans, no good feels with that family. We should say for being that confidence say me take on me simple cry a cock who could to him to a bebo will be at dinner and you remember once. Now, say because this secret idea. I'm going to come back because
already a year cry it has lost its relevance.
Really?
So yes, the sympathy is no more there. And it's a fact. Looking at what the family has done, as Obia Beka as Kunana Simni Biani attack Ubia, Obi Beka the Luma, some now one can in a way be favor Bia. Cause me family so I come Obia, me Kohen Maba. because a year division so mo be ko any there 14 for we be any 13 there. I don't see the importance of it.
I get you.
I think I'm praying that the court will grant them the injunction so that we can have a proper barrier for Lumba. Because he said maybe you could see in Kubiani.
Sir.
What's your question? Maybe you could see that Lumba.
Baby.
Obiani.
Say
Accra, say Kumasi, you need maybe you could see.
It's a communication if you.
Yes. And Marco Okumantika say me say that the Lumba Yamana were jail. If the family are smart and wiser, they could create a museum out of it.
Yeah.
They'll be making millions. Yeah. All that you need to do is pay tax to Ghana Tourism Authority. It is yours.
Yeah.
Or you can sell it to the state. Say, this is a man who will live in a legacy world. Qatar, after the World Cup, Messi, baby, are not hotel or Dana. They have converted into a tourist site.
Everybody wants to go and see.
Yes.
And pay something.
Pay something.
Yeah.
That Lumba, the bedroom, the support, everything. Michael Jackson, the gloves, all should be a tourist. People pay millions of dollars, cities, and you travel to just go and watch it. Those who couldn't experience him could experience the afterlife.
Yeah.
Oh.
Very well.
Oh, okay.
Very well. Very well. Now, Papa,
It looks like something like the High Court. Yeah. No pay auntie. To producer check my and I heard the course for court.
Let's do that.
Me who say ofane.
Me a court in the Timo party committee.
Nanka what to boy a year
because a year divisions for family money.
At some point, never support to send common year in tentem.
Yes.
But the way I now a whole year did you know, a friend say importance of all society no drop here. It's never who say nipa bebre bet you more free. That Lumba ewo be a sebi onye ni packet wa mind mu. And we live you a legendary life. I say honor no. Though onye perfect, obi anye perfect. He had a lot of I say downs near ups. But who ye no say ni panka say who and what chin sem. Ye hu ne tenten. Thank you. Enti esia wi but ebusuan entrance. Ni nyina ye busuan panyi. Because ebusuan bia panyi dey na si form. If you know, we are resolving.
Finally, on this, I chanced on a station. I've forgotten the particular station when I was coming. Now, Obako can say, "Yay, youngsters now." I say, "Yeah, feno." Say, "Nami, especially more kakao monsemono." Say,
"Nana kakao."
Masa, mami, kama say, "Nami, the America." Say, "What is say? Ye see bush your penny with fear, and you want to say one kind to uncle enko. Was it show interest in who becomes your bush your penny?" But one way, someday to come, when you are not here, yeah, when you are not around, one way the AC, a bit messy. It is say, oh, feel as what to say, a bushia, a baby, bushia see a fee, a Christmas, and a brunny baby, a be a ye a cranial, name of Bushapania transfer, and say, and go more home rania. And yes, my summer sister Penny, and a masuma Miss Wada, Mamma Bantima, maybe a Jerry. Power so called Nakoshim be Nakoti, the Kosibis, because a tribune. I say no chi ebe ye
me twa no asema wo kan yo ne fapim na ye ene nyamesom a ba wiase a amamanfo anya adwene bi
afa ase wunya sofo a wanya busu apanyinti no busu akra de
on se sa beyibo ye kuhia busu a we ye beyifo we obi an pese ode ne ba be den ebe kire
yeah
asem so si fia na opa busuafo adi wachi e me ka kire me ma me so kan kire ni nya ba bi se ne ba ye ba akope oba minim ne da ohwem no hu so amemaka de me yfa me ho ne ba ye ba akope asema me ka asem idifu ka che ma me se mane ntwen e manya kupon pegya nipa nkudu ba bi sana de ne ba be kase abe kire me se na so wo gya we ka se obre ni
no ba ko ni o
na nipa minim. How will I refer to somebody that
Tanya kura wonu se wungu na akohia no.
Yes, e be mi hia no ba bi na mama no good attitude a. Obeka say na minim se me bra no. Yen fa ye busuafo yen fa yen chiachi wo kine obi ni ba bi obi ka kopi.
Yeah.
Ko me tie mi ni mabusuafo.
Yeah.
Me ni bi na wo ba ntima ha. Me ni ba bi obi so tete. This asem si na obi e ba fi a ye nim ye ho. We know the immediate one and we know the extended one and we are all one. We all agree on the same principles in here. It's here and for a man kwa chire ye busuafo.
Exactly.
Yen ye say oh ofani wo busuapanyi ni. It is asem si na wo frem no anyame a frɛ busuapanyi. Ana busuapanyi on na busuana ni ano or accountable.
Yeah.
They said be nana opem so bodwa na ofre ebusuapanyo na okase on account to bia ona wo so che say bia wait ya we wo America we will see to so ohu de ekoso bia brabom se na be ya o chine bi no asemba obehu se no be de obegina o chai de akebia na ebusuapanyo ni mu de asemba e bia ni lumba de
no I said lumba man no na
onimo
yeah it's true
yeah. Okase onimo
okay let's make progress here now you're a youngster you look like a Gen Z to me. Frederick Kumi, aka Abutrika, aka Ghana billionaire. Because at the age of 31 now, $8 million. Yeah, Ken Becker say you are fucking rich, man. Yeah. Mother, I don't care too much how he got his riches. We say on your pampa, and I mentioned I said your pampa and I said your pampa show. But the ABH say I say Hajia for real money. The Yuku ne FBI for me so the person was say wouldn't say you might be saying now yeah and then a show more matching chinaching I saw the camera so I follow PDD and Kwasi Mensah America a lot of them one or recording on about you even that documentary 50 cent my question really is I have seen that behavior.
Kwasi Mensah said in America no near Kalumba some breaking news injunction or my grant
hallelujah
our court granted the injunction funeral and embassy and the court instructed abusuapanyin say on immediate family no and court nase the almost say omontoto say
no come
yeah as now no the from Nyenya from sources just say the injunction has been granted into a year na ya bo ho ka bo tent ne ahyegu plans na ahyegu e ka be fie ma bokegu
ya bregu kere ya bregu
ya boka ma bokegu they say breaking news court granting injunction no a year na amaso
what is a baby lumba yes o bo show bi it was it by McLean or where ama bibia as is used, was a day years. This is quite unfortunate, but that is the news for you. Lumba's funeral, according to what information we are picking right here in the studios, it looks as if it has hit another snag. As to whether or not they will continue, we'll live to see. Fine, yeah, function. Now back to.
As I need to some more question about Kubisa. I want to say Nano Kumasi 2 weeks ago. Her leadership during that Smith Arthur man judgment. Most of man for be so pan be simple say judgment here be more two fashions no.
I don't know where I
super JG
also pan wa hu baby abeso pa fa hwe no amfa himfi agwaka because afi de nibre aba and a judge no so so pan no na man no wano ye den a e the YP address very well because yem fa court for enemu entity form sir na wakoyiwa no de ntia odwen say o sa serving nyansa no esosine court na odi akoyia no CJ remember na o pay the latest news no now we are discussing Abutrika. My question to Richie is other than more youngsters amabay mutumi behavior while to me deal with their sember debi now they come to because then the small girl I was secondary school when the boy said them cry or pass ukita phone or film media or more headmaster assistant headmaster who school can say to say technology secondary school University senior high school na organize senior yeah abaya wo tire na de aba office na chinchim no for notice say the new radio camera that so no camera anymore. I mean, why do people do that? Knowing full well what I'm doing is wrong. I will be no say you we it will base na all the camera to show 1 minute more na the camera to show. What can you say about that?
I think say Chilanika Asembia
Chidi second DJ na school the video na to yin to boba amount for hedo mu senye ya na ebo etiri makasa lumba case no hwena ebona
aka producer do tuma e kran kebe
ya producer bo video no ma na etie for we say enye say ebo etiri no ye ka injunction o ma grant na e movie on.
Okay, so as we are waiting for the news report,
the funeral.
Let's hear.
as announced. The court has also given direction that the Ebusuapenyi, that's the first defendant in this matter, should meet with the immediate family members and then arrange how they will together in unity conduct the funeral of the legend Daddy Lumba. So that is the decision of the court.
So there was 5 orders. The last one, what was it with? You were to see the registrar and sign.
Yes. I mean, the court, this is just an interlocutory order, and the substantive matter will be gone into by the court. And when that is the case, the court would normally like the applicants by whose application the funeral has been injuncted to undertake. So there will be an undertaking which will be signed within 5 days. Yes. Yeah.
And so going forward, does it mean the funeral is not coming on today?
Yes. It is not coming on the 13th as announced, because the court has seen that it is through what the plaintiff applicants were alleging, that they had been sidelined. They who are the immediate family members have been sidelined. And also the court recognized that there was an ongoing police investigation which must be allowed to be concluded to determine the cause of the true cause of death, because as you have heard, there have been conflicting accounts. It is important that we all know of a certainty whether the man died of natural causes, and also it is important so that the family will have proper closure. Yes.
So how far with the investigation with the police? The police started the investigation.
Yes, the police.
Okay, so that is the latest news for you. For most of you, I'm sure you got it here first. But we got
the
it
police
from
has
the
started.
High Court. The report says that court at the tabuno, oh, say I was able to manage and my stress. And there's an energy, to say, my media. Open the Papa, no on Peninsula say, I say, any 10 corner. Na udenka ye 12 ye passe 12 komo ba sasem we here ekofo so wadwe me say you asante tie ye bitimi hyemwa bi wa for many years na you asam wo hunti ana ye bonyo ye nti na ehye ho lumba so unya ye mu ni pa bi unya ye mu a ye say wo so nchire bia be du bia hye no ha na we kwa obehye enti nya se bia ye nya baby enkura no ntino yenyini ntem na ye honto ye. No, I mean there are decent mortuary facilities across the country which may keep for as long as it takes until senka kushanu nyina benya omo hontiase. Why? Some people think that there seems to be some rush because fear no free. The endemi anya na fi kura ye was wafo ne antefo bi wo afie ye hwehwewa omu somewhere in 2024 ye no komu nyanko kura no mabeye. So was there a rush on some part? Say as a young in term name fanko. As a court tabuni by as a munina cry when you must say, TDC when you have I didn't know Massa didn't tell me. I say, I did be a mouse who be an opera who say, would you go to baby? Mouse no cry more. Okay. Because we actually cry some suspicions be then. People are not clear, it was only being clear in their mind. Yeah. I am a home some autopsy. Yeah. So baby be a quada. Now if you be a claim the mind say okay, baby I do no. Be a quada di see this. I shall say na a. So I thought say now meet me running be a fast say after 40 days in here. Cause then I Jimaroni say we cry I check na on my pen of crab here. But we lumbe so no na your man surround the home. If senka I shall say we shall pen you also you know year. A chemical lumber crazy around October, cry and September 1. But because say I say we per se men am able per se or chain a cratch power or chain to me say men am able to penny a yeni seminar so I bring him for me a yimu or a busuan media. I say need a command any day. Now you think to be a will be at 18 and I say any misunderstanding that somebody is having, and I said if somebody is suspecting there's a foul player, at least no the person will be clean. The man say there's no foul play, everything was clean.
It has also given direction that
yeah, because yes, I ban see Yes, but say no munya omon transit send a court order no abusia panyin tiase say ye wo abusia panyin na ye wo abusia the larger abusia no wo da oma no wo de any say tem bia obema peace abefi anum say controversy we nyina tem bia me de wo say adam de to abusia panyin doorstep abusia panyin first interview no say on the akosua no nim no onim obia because of what the ebufo na kasa say o say person no odobru ni kasa wa anje phone okroni a woti ni suo waye de no age phone
wo fasia wo mamu so
mamu kwati ase enti e hono no onya abotre na media no no mo ka say oh afi na asem na esi enti me ne ebusua ni nyina ebehia ye hia wi a sise bi e obia no ye de bema mo nke asem na twati titi
eti court de abai
ebema omo ya aggrieved wo kwan abusia panyin fa so ya arrangement nyina benya time ani abusia panyin atrase na omaye na ahemfo eso mbe selum ban mo nyam no omaba
because omo omo betimenya a more befitting barrier
befitting
the status can we make a progress now?
I think say bit make a progress.
So Chidi then Freddy Kumi ehukudi adrem sir.
What's na me sha say na me ka say me say twere ka say me say ye wade say producer benya say ko o say ye wade ni na ho kwan. So nyinya na eden e fatai. O say nkafo no so ka say there is time for what everything, a time to be born, a time to die, a time to be happy and a time to mourn. Say one say if you baby any abidu baby, and history always guides us. From the millennial time in the internet here then a buy and the Gen Z's era so I bet escalate to a different level. 2 days ago I was reading about how porn industry started in Nigeria and it entered in 1999 and around 2015-16 it escalated. It takes time and a bad day. It's Ghana there's a room crash. Scam and yeah the shares you free name. It started from Kalabuli. Ebeti Kalabuli. Ebusua ko bitimi chudi. Osma chuwe di ntimi nyame hwe. 419 and aba na internet so by people also took advantage of it. Say okay now no. We can't communicate directly. But it doesn't matter the location that you are, we can communicate. So people took advantage of it say and the man for aba here dey so fire scam in dey enku around. And a nipa bia bema you are moved by your eyes. A man you are moved by your eyes. It is so obedient honam ni nipa dua na kwem ne mo kan se nakedness na deje mu kire wa automatically you are moved, your brain blocks. It's okase kuhunkura na you do it just to satisfy your feelings. And your generation will not be do a generation as a family. No, you can never beat nature. No matter what nature says, the success to a rich life, a process, and you need to pay the price. Jesus Christ to buy as he paid the price to be on the cross. And you can't be successful abra only traces of your success. Me adeba ku Bishop Kwabena Siama. Also charge a great asino. Na yenim no. Ba kakan no. Mama na be popular and you can trace the movement. As a movement, you can trace the success of it. Yes. Shatter movement. You can trace baby I'm a so nyame adom hope revival church yakopon dia ba bedu no. You can trace our beginning. But there are some people you cannot trace their source. All of a sudden they are on the internet showing money. I told somebody say America dollar doesn't get missing. Even if it's in a grave, we will grave Mokrana. They will come exhume the body and take their dollar. Internet, it doesn't forget. And a friend say global village. So what you maybe to 2 then people start taking track of you. Who is this guy? How did he get money? And I'm so disappointed. He say, as a country like Ghana, we don't have any law. I don't know if there is a law, and as we don't have any law to check people's wealth, go into their background. Because we do, but because me sitting here, if I go to America right now, me see can end with $10,000 here, but at least $1,000, $2,000 be here. I'm getting there. If I enter Icebox in America, and I enter there and I buy a chain of $10,000 a day, cashier and bit me afraid. Police will be investigating and say, how come? Because How come say an unknown guy where hand me say maybe I'm this fraudulent money in a they will come and question me. How did I get this money? Where
they will not even take the in cash. You have to
pay because the money needs to be traced. Say if your account being with but you get money, you be flaunting it on the internet. I could follow the but this can't pay the day. But Tiana se me catch you me software. Ubejedi. This will be a misune me and me kasa and me months and pa akwa your software. Yes, I don't have to let people know that you are rich. Because the moment you start showing off, say you are rich, you need to trace your businesses. Can in Japan, be open. Okay, so is Kenya. At least you need the coast will be our.
Of course, yeah, we do.
We know the coast.
We know so a government contractor.
Yes. One. Or steel factory.
Yeah.
At least when you know.
Or about 4 radio stations and a TV station.
Sky,
yeah.
Ash, Oman. Yeah. You can trace. Say this is where he's making his money from.
And he has a lot of children who are also working.
Yes. So what about you? Where can we trace? A tracy quay. And I say most of the people on the internet fall prey to this lifestyle.
That is what I was trying to find out. But you, CJ, you are a parent. You have, smart boys growing up and girls and all that. So our behavior we say the HDK. Sikana die wafa ukwan bia wafa so wonya. Why must you put a camera on it? I mean, who in his right senses? Say we in Ghana say you ska for kakra yi ni free yetiti omudi Alhaji Esuma Banda Kempo Lumba de Bo Nyumi and even Kennedy Granny despite Dr. Kwakutin despite to go so ska apart from be an car and an atade channel and as we are continue plus 2 and they already resort me say we so foreign Ghana very na way. Oh no, simple. But shatter these musicians or Bonyum Bakumienu or Bus Street, do High Street, yes, yeah, a source or check traffic, not operating sometimes 200 Ghana cedis notes. Well, petting 100 cedis notes, no more petting. Do one petting about 10 swan, or shedding there more, or show East Legon. Plush neighborhood and residents that they are semi chromophobia. The whole office in the hall, in the lounge, or in the living room, were 2 sika going in or take home or kind one bundle. I said, wait, wow, they are cry. We move very
yeah. Painful, baby, almost say, Shinshuma dear, so one brain ya, sanity. But there was a say or Modia Ducia, said the Chidikayano, America, they never forget. And it takes some time for investigation. And a white color, and I say blue color crime, no. It takes a lot of effort to come to a conclusion.
Yeah.
Indeed. So more now more the way be yadisia. Say every moment friends stage exposure no. Now we expose who for prosecution. Who expose who for say.
You're inviting people to come in and investigate you.
You to know nyabutre. It pays hard work. It pay, but sometimes they are not abamubu. Abambo because anything so no colleague nyina mo be shase na wo bohu say AMG wa be pack one gasa your friend say bicycle ne tie no kra no what you say and you go there come yaris answer
obi kra ni bio bicycle
one come yaris and then me tell me come me to know ti kukukuku say don't enter one say nyina ayem but I mean it's life what you say enye nyina na e betime nya na at once e be a gradual process o den kakran sa sometimes enye obi an e benya no that much but sometimes also no dey a obenya no e enough. I mean we shouldn't be rushing life ne nyina ye ntimi enye pe.
Never.
You are talking about genuine
along the way I'm more
working hard, but these are fraudsters. So what you mean defraud do be? Now when you're this much, I mean,
until I'm big I say question dear a question. One for quan papa's way nya. On say proverbs also for her proverbs ibi or say say one for quan papa's way nya there the say kokori there obutu nkusia you can't ontime hachi what you say enti wo mo no man brain no munyai o brain no nyai ya nka onye sika ne say you understand who the back bank at the end of the day no issue check bia obedre ho answer no issue we have momo of phones now mo bisika when him now was no send the call but scan is your pocket na we yamana and you said the we you me and ba momo dey audio money papa once with the man when him now ho so no now send the nyeza nti o man branya na wa sori anopa wa dware say wo kɔ adwuma and now you have to earn the money that you make. I mean unye ni say and then fanya adusia. I'm not saying say genuinely won't me make this money. You can make this money genuinely. Wa bra enshranye hard work giti. There are several ways to make money legally. Fanya abotre no to they can make it. And when you say no way obeko but I mean who say before a US system no justice system and this you know you have to be indicted before you get arrested. So what you say you free preoccupy me chill say police no sorry say me ba be chill asana koma obi asana kope information no you be put before a jury and then the jury will indict you until before I don't con case the order. The only way of everybody say be a normal highest campaign ahead of them and then you will be used as a friend say a snitch a prosecution witness and then you snitch on them and then maybe you get a lower sentence and all that. And yes I mean we are campaign there you're not coming back anytime.
Asana I was a parents I think say there's a parental failure here because sometimes now our parents too don't question the wealth.
As I will hear you.
Oh yeah. I'm not but yeah. But Edwasibu on ma and now discover after me was just canonia no. Edwasibu on ma I can't be a lifetime. All right. Me tell me boy drama in news. But my kobo krono massive win now be tag. Yeah. To the sense of mutu quite can affect them because eugenics are here. Say criminals no. The entire titimim 1920s and 30s they were eugenics and they say they see say they believe say criminal beat me one another criminal. So let us castrate them. Let maybe they will not be able to have access to fertility. Yeah. And reproduce. Yet Roma or bet me discover be fee. We invest in all. Sometimes sometimes the makwaya. Some of the university students mean to me for most car coffee. If you do fear the lifestyle normally we invest in I tell people say why are you struggling to live a fake life? Something that your parent doesn't approve of. What to car for car no coffee to me fan because so papa no tell school fees so ma no papa no tell school fees so school fees if I say CGT and the babo akoto camera 80,000 Ghana cedis he will not be proud. The question is yes kind of way because it's a camera why you juma for years
and I started with little things you be a niguso me corner me ba o de ade bia ba na me hwe beyond your means you can't afford it no matter how much small it is you must prove where it's coming from. I say I said the end justify the means. Kwanya ofasa udinya any here. The one say akran dia befi. Papa mantimi and sit down me be sit down mama. Mantimi and talk about talk mama. Nti whatever it is now I'm okay.
Baba ya was secondary school second year. Obokita iPhone.
You understand? What I say? You know say ontimi afford it because on your work on year you can't. And even if you can untoma obano. It starts from there. Memoir parents in Tia say the end does not justify the means. You should find a way you be monitor your man. You have vetted on everything or ye. At the end of the day, no, a beboa as sensena. And then again, when I question so ebeboa the way I did pressure, peer pressure. Peer pressure.
That's a factor about.
One of the factors I have Ghana society. Obeti say, Obo say, who they are nkra status. Senye AMG a Ferrari and Ferrari
Range Rover no
what you say and because of what they are seeing in the social media what they are seeing in among their friends into this happening no open room for them say oh there are consequences for Brabonia mebo man fa kwan so anya de kan papa so anya de consequences say dey and some of these things you know me feel say for our society.
Very well. Some I think about 11:30 right now. We are still tuning to Hot in the Morning on Afro City Extra. You can follow Afro City Extra on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Even on Instagram, you can find Afro City Extra. We have some few messages from our good friends who are doing the watching. Samuel Asafu AJ is watching us all. Good morning. He says watching us live. And we should keep up the good work. So thank you, my good brother. Richard Edu Ajiman Yao. So boss, At last, I have found you. As I am called baby, any. But
every now when you are any part of your watch it. Yeah, almost watch it.
What was it that I must see? What never find me or farm someone was not me. I was what told the second war. Yeah. Stone Frank. Oh, can you imagine? This man will have this funny name here, but he is the Ghana Medical Association president of Ghana.
Oh,
Dr. Frank Sribo. He is with the government hospital.
Oh, right? Doctor, good morning.
Yes,
good morning. We appreciate you when you're
nice seeing you, Kwasi. Nice seeing you too, Doc. And then my brother Isaac Usu, my brother Isaac and Rana. So me what's up deep in that? Yeah, my brother but and Rana the birthday and the small boy. So Nana Usu Papa. Good morning back to you. He said there is injunction on releasing Lumbe's body. Okay. So that means that news no any name confirmation. Now let's come back to the studio and do some politics here. Now we have had some social issues right. In the next 30-45 minutes, let's talk about these political issues trend here. First of all, you hear His Excellency President Mahama promises and delivery so far. Meet my kind best 3 to 4 promises that it was almost a noise during the campaign, but because he has delivered, you can't say noise. Mekai e-levy, mekai betting tax, mekai COVID tax, and mekai Okada, so legalize it, and I'm so kai nkoko nkete. And make a visual Jawas, I mean, get to why I can send you, but sometimes you think do you think now we can say promise and delivery and answer Ubisi Nidi or where the Hiano now on ye? The Hiana day 24-hour economy was in Abu Tremin Casemba agenda, one can say the shift no from job
133, yes.
133. Oh, we are all TV advertising, and also in Yahu, baby, Equacosibia. But I don't think he said this, and now the delivery is there. That promise, so it was to the party base, NDC as a party and as a society, as an association, as a group, and now Pastor there no a show moon. But also our nationalizing my Ghana Nibiano, I'm sure so called regional minister or Nazi or Moby. Can we say the president is delivering on his promise? It's just only 1 year. We should give him more time. He'll deliver everything. CJ.
Was he? Yes, do nyake to obema ono. Ono nyake sia. Agronso beso a. Franopa. Nti President Mahama the second term we no. Ebema na yiku. Adwuma yese oye no most of it no oye. Because most often no politicians be kan asem. Ade be kire na asem no wadane ne senye sa no kan. Nti for repeatedly COVID-19 live, a step in a good direction, and then I think say sadness and politicians or may who say about to a so
yeah.
Makot what can so much matter atias was say to Abama. At the end of the day, no dear, maybe Shannon am to Abama.
Yeah.
Until so far Caso be legalize Okada, why? Okase COVID-19 obey why? Yeah, and then what again? Betting tax we ye free ho. E-levy we ye free ho. Kwanketenkete we deliver. Until so far I mean $70 a bit complex. I think say kase can no and so be asem for front. I don't think say it makes sense to spend $10 billion just to stabilize your currency and then let the offense export and manufacturing suffer. You tell me you I'm telling you take the microphone could see about things here. Ya you to Nankasa no President Mahama Mamun Kwewi and say keep up with say or pump this amount of dollar to just to mediate offense say the currency mitigate now. I'm telling you say you be the highest unemployment rate at the time of Bifra Mamun. Now then the man na buy na sink because say me manufacturer now say me see an Kasagana or marketer. Oh say no money be ya tesopa but the people and tell the difference. The ente so near the manufacturer waha Why? Because ECG, electricity, yatum, water, yatum.
Transport
that 4% in will be 20%. What you're saying to be manufacturing no expenses or price of manufacturing is going up.
Yeah.
Into idea no Ghana habia is going up.
Yeah.
But idea import to baby is going down. Yeah. Why? Because of the currency manipulation.
Yeah.
Send American you can say $1 na say more. Why China deliberately or devalue the currency?
De-dollarize.
Because a person will ban the club now be fan no man. It's 10 billion worth of sika idea court China and I say elsewhere it's providing employment elsewhere
for the Chinese
for the Chinese and other places here you understand? And for me we just wanted a stabilized currency. Bra say 16 cities are pegged there, let it stabilize for a year or two. No. I mean your main youth on unemployment and on the highest rise.
Yeah.
The highest.
And
then legalizing for our national security. Okay, and then come back to that. Said the medical kind, betting tax, COVID-19, and then all that now. Why a step in the right direction, and then it's a step. I bet my hold politicians no accountable. Say who can't say my say but baby I backtrack kakra offense again. Offense 24-hour economy. No, but so much say they did not say. Government sector rather is going to be public sector. I go see $10 billion now the year stabilizing dollar. So pussy have here friends say coordinator no 24-hour coordinator can say 4 billion Lusitano right. Also here just 4 billion to work. Now only 10 billion in stabilizing currency just because say any idea for now no. And they will be any together as now because of the dollar. Okay, yeah, we are say the friend say dollar no jane say. So I think say so far not bad. Not bad at all. Not bad. There's more room for improvement though.
Thank you. Teacher for bro for no. You tregu ba na krata so a. Uzabra na kra na nkasa ntiase. And our parents don't ntiase because room ben wo kan wanse. Wo dem angasa no rooms no so. More room ben wo kan wanse me. But it is a saying because it's a wise saying. Chidi, do you think say this is you agree with CJ? Yeah. But no na so. But to be adding candy neba. But benaka because there are standing promise yakapa 24-hour economy and also quite jobs 133 share 24-hour economy and be a big push crowd and say what that say wouldn't come on the road minister and a man more and me who eastern corridor any day now say I come no one female I think you can score him high, don't you think so?
Oh, I think that the president has so far delivered with his promises, or some of them are in opposition or kind. E-levy was something that we all Ghanaians were ranting about. That if the then MPP government could have do this Ghana one favor now, because it is a tax and very difficult to avoid. But I think say we say you are doing now once a kufoba for or more position or more can be. But mobile BM number say there's a twist to it. I think say repealing the COVID-19 is good, but we could have changed it to a different thing. When they were
energy levy.
On say Abrabonu Boko any man and say some decision we want to take here. It was wrong at that time. It was right at that time, but I do baby no one was wrong. And we are all Abrabona Ebon, we are taking decision at that time right, but by any means wrong. On we betting taxing, I was one of the people, and I was one of the people that was against those two taxes being repealed. Because it's difficult to get money from a Ghanaian.
Yeah.
Was it there be a Jerry Enam?
I didn't see the import of repealing
Enama almost 2 months because it is the formal sector and a buying any most of the tax burden it could go almost. And we had an opportunity to say, see, a difficult say, we being invaded certain taxes. We should take advantage of it. E-levy was a good tax. Irrespective of how better it was to take it. It was good. But it was difficult for every Ghanaian to evade.
No, better than Gretchen. E-levy was optional. Yes. It's not like it was so composed with say, send you the so what do you say? We'll be sending man of phones when you have two cities. And we are. Nanti ko kejetia. So we need to do our work.
I would say may agree with Chidi on to a certain extent concerning the betting tax.
Yeah.
Me ankasa repeal no enye me dana say enye me because of say you repeal it, but because of as a man legitimacy be to betting. Me ba no, I'm just trying to let him know say there's no shortcut to success.
Yeah.
Betting is not the way.
Yeah.
It is also be taxi betting. Me dey encourage akwala na me advise na say stay away from betting. Or because anenya anka ban je ho to. You understand that? Intermediate for the sake of say legitimize betting through taxation, you know, until repeal and ankasa me very comfortable based on that.
Then you never cry encourage you.
No. On him say enya the papa. He say me wa grounds and me catch and say betting enya the papa. On to me catch him say enya the papa. I didn't na ban je ho to. I didn't enya papa ban the ho to ye de.
Contrary to what you are saying, taxes are imposed for 3 reasons. 1, to encourage production. 2, to generate revenue. And 3, to discourage certain habits and consuming. So,
but by one point, I agree on that. But the amount wasn't punitive enough. It was too small. So, person would discourage the and can maybe 70%, maybe 60%.
Recently, producer Ebenya Mamia on searching the sports minister, the sports league, and also say the sports minister is lamenting about fans and why he say he disagree with betting tax being repealed. We don't have any sports fund. It's a fact. Ghana doesn't have any sports fund. So any sporting activity we are there, the government need to budget it. And that's
activity keke. Even former sportsmen crowd competing.
But it came an issue here you facing. If we had a sports fund, do you think say minister say dragging in Kofi dragging Makokoti? Do you think say the president would have called for an investigation? We don't have any sports fund. I think the minister then will say no, repealing the betting tax was wrong because now the government struggle to get money to fund certain sports.
And now to me reintroduce you.
You can reintroduce it. It's obi am opportunity say why are the Ghanaians were better about it. Take advantage of it. Oba ben no more say yes. Betting tax you can say be repeal but you say new repeal because you need sports fund. So the sikana here dey ban you channel the Akubu sports fund. We account it for you. Time MPP are buying the buy. Many sports journalists were saying that you don't have problem with they have problem with it. But at least if we can account to us say Sikano, what
is it? Sikano, ban account.
I don't know.
How can you buy this as
I think Samuel Kukwabeka said they never, unless a minister they never took betting tax. Saying, and because this is Sikano, forget about it. But where you have come, reality are done on us. And the aim of every government is to raise revenue and also create jobs. At the end of the day, if government, start tuning now fully, that's it. Because if your people are not able to get a Jumaya and never more income, always our budget is being run in deficit. Yes, your Kobe be compared
and about the strengthening with city.
Yes, and if we are having $10 billion near the investing in the economy, as a country, we should be ashamed.
You should be ashamed.
We should be ashamed.
KSM was on. I think he was on the show yesterday or a day after. No, a day before. Say he said, and so what?
We should be ashamed. When I saw that
is what the sports minister was saying.
After scrapping betting tax, government said to introduce sports limit to be paid by all Ghanaians to fill revenue shortfalls. Meanwhile, you have something that could have been say 11. You could have said okay. Because better taking it, we are channeling it to this side. The COVID-19 living, we are changing because a baby in here, and Yantus can lose her. Though you made a promise, but explain to Ghanaians say we want to repeal, but where you have gotten to, we need money. Gold alone cannot be financing our strengthening our city. We need other ways. We generate revenue, all those stuff.
We have just a minute on this. CJ, you are a road user. By that I mean you are a vehicle owner and all that you drive. You meet these guys all the time. Say apart from bad roads, nature of the roads, I can say papa. Especially there we try highway now they go fear and none because the good tahonia they are no epa now have bridges away memoir. Are there back where say nuisance or council these tricycles Okada for Okada mudio munika but Pragia any Abubuya Omo aya no mo form so mo ye bicycle. Eti no achi Bantima High Street I a boy. Eti see. Nya de double road. A single road anisa. Cars na ankasa kra no. Bumper to bumper ni mirror to mirror. But still abobo ya no paso che say already e so ofan fin no dey go. Oh, just your Wednesday here by studio. Be she try hype baby ya me hu ya me ko ya. Obi apake ne car no. Otim bo nyese bia wasi. Otim ena ba ko to akakra no aduru culture center on. Ba ko bi nso eba. Na abobo ya bia kofa ma me be ne ma otum so the free market na ekoja no. So obe pause kakra e wodo apakra nim. Na maka na eba na betwam. Otume ya fa ho akon. He wanted to Harry Potter da. Also more basi before basi one go train man basi do traffic man na amoa na ewura mu. Affect I think say na kwa na fa na say ne car na abobo ya nti. O de tene mirror to from amanimu wa. Na nyame ncha de papa de sintem na abobo ya zone speed. Nti onya na o see ni bai. O ba ya o say angry with them pa was hey. Angry you the mirror. I couldn't stand there to see the finish of it. But don't you think that already they have problem obeying traffic regulations and laws? They don't stay in line when there's a red light. They don't check too much when they are on a T junction or 4 junction or anything. Or no fun on say they sit in the waiting room. Don't you say omanya legalization? And yeah, now then you legalize it, grammar no legalize it. How do we control this? Because for sure there are more genuine money or money who say a brahma kwansi idea. Africa na obi join the business be our M1 or channel because of course are we going to have safer, road conditions for both drivers and riders? And I say you think say maybe some problem now was
well, my tricycle law no amendment in a na kind, but my the PDF file from anywhere. Because legalization, in a way, I would say yeah. But at what point neighbor kase ya na senje. Ni nyina original law now mo enact how we see crafting and almost drafting. Because maybe to say urban area to say be a highway, Bantama, KGTR, Edum. What I say, so my kwan say tricycle ne pragiano munye dwuma ha a nuisance because at the end of the day they don't follow the traffic rules.
Yeah.
Enti legalize it. Ba kwan ben e fast so legalize it. Emra ben e de ma omo so mundi so. Because unemployment e okrum no akosi ano odin papa. Ano odin tie kase ye mo nyusu tricycle ne pragiana no see another issue. Omo boa
because we mo kan to me.
Omo boa enti kwan omo fa so omo ye law na pese meti ase me hu bi na me hu say okay aha ne ha obetimi dia fa ho aha ne ha because maybe to say sometimes when am highway wo open makono na tricycle na abobo ya edi inner lane ontimi nko na wachi traffic ntimi na me pese me hu mra na ha omo si ye.
We can wait for it. Yeah. We can wait for it. It will come. You are watching Hot in the Morning. I'm in the studio of our own Studio C Chief Justice CJ Lewis and my good brother Richard Chidi. This is Hot in the Morning on Afro City Extra. We are exclusively social media channel. I will do my share at any time. If you want to me and catch up with us with the live feed, the feed is still available on your phone or on your laptop whenever you are ready. I glad that's it. You hear any data. Keep your fingers crossed because we have more in stock for you. What we are picking, it seems that Masa Blue said the California Lumba Yena Masuno.
Yeah, now one and a ninja.
Made them when he gave you as a manager.
Oh, me, we
don't mind them.
Also, we any way, several months no be west.
Very well. Penny for Yansa enti and a quarto and then anonymous na ewo no. And ye muni na area. Say a bay you body and then Kenya enti I can't talk much about it. But we are going to continue with our conversation here now. MPP, Yemre MPP. We free band next week you can there. I think the MPP is 7 because they have barely almost
6 weeks.
It's not up to 50 days, some 6 weeks at most. omode kwa koto omaba kase ya eda omanim no ensem kekane de pabo bobo nyum 30 years ago adoso ha ebi before kwa bi so no omo yire omode ba ntem no atin se bebo omo ko so ma anye ntema enka ebia omunwe na party no ajija se oba free abidan ba in the 70s and 80s no ubia be yini de efrimu ama na ye puso. Now where we are at no the ban say General Secretary epase or absorb Baumia say and Ukraine common question number Baumia say and yes sanity. Some of the decisions and actions he took no he did not take them unilaterally say on one or Baumianti why General Secretary Justin Fikokobia I think I no intro no o mining that as a party no any make a decision to concede so that they can calm tensions across the country to a large extent. Early concession also can home and this for me say penny for na papa dia was satarum grab Miracle no so we now point that there any Mumura police center and we saw what happened at Ablekuma and some other centers including even our own from here in Ashanti region free Obwase now could do I see Omoya KTM on ho Asokwa Jachi also Omoji free almost these isolated cases Emma especially the Cairns camp in some cases the concession could have come all right but not as early as some 8 hours or 15 hours after election because lawfully they have more than 70 something hours to have declared even at the EC level. Do you think who is being realistic with the truth if there's anything truth in what both sides are saying? Dear Baumia camp and I said dear secretary Kane and then the camp Ken's camp for some time now, how do you reconcile the two, Chidi?
First of all, the general secretary is the administrator, and as well,
he's the CEO
of every party. And it's the general secretary, Kasimbiana, the waiting and wedding. I'm with those people who believe in this or the school of thought and they say the early conceding by Baumiano was wrong. I agree.
You agree?
Because to some of the seats, if Baumia hadn't come out to concede earlier, people would have contended.
Yeah.
And 80 something in a pandai, by now they'll be having about 110 or 115, at least to counter the majority. Send a waiting because you need a strong opposition. Barack Obama can say you need strong institutions in democracy. And if say your opposition is weaker, you the incumbent government in the crown, if I may be a how. Because there are certain things we want ultimately we need to show opposition, So it's because of them that we couldn't take certain decisions. But everything is solely you are. There are some of the decisions you want that you take. You don't have anything. That's why MPP coming to win the 2000 election. One of their strengths was that number one parliament. They were able to campaign. Say every decision they were not part. It was solely on the government who took it. So at that time, the incumbent didn't have anything to say because the records were there. You were having a number in parliament. They were just few. It's in the decision be able to take the minority were.
You can't be no man fight.
You can't be no man fight.
I don't know for rubber stamp.
Yes, you can't be no man fight. Can't be no man fight. At the end of the day, no quiet campaign. On the honest strength, but at least in the common man was rare. Which has some can be a more opportunity on some day. Now look at how MPP is struggling in opposition as a penny be any party. And the way as to come racing or like Pandai issue is an issue and they could have capitalized on it. This is something that they could have omitted their storm party dignity. But we are so like we so can now it's like the party don't know what they are doing. And this early primaries now we think then we need a strong opposition because there are certain things that is happening in the government. People are not on it. Because the government, yes, every government will have a goodwill, but the opposition will draw the attention of the nation on certain issues. Scandal BBC opposition na Muslim will draw.
Yeah.
Aside the scandal, there are major now once lithium do more drawing, even though there were few in parliament. But voice no more easy, a lot of concerning Ghanaians agree with them.
As a Kitwari, I had not hold this into do real.
Oh, and your problem.
Yeah.
Oman or ding no me, and at least no, the government at the end of the day realize what they are saying is meaningful. Let us withdraw. Let us have a percentage. Even if it says a price in the back from Ghana, we have our fair share. Of course, we have our fair share. This is a good thing that opposition can do. But looking at their numbers, now I think say 2 or 3 days ago, the number of parliamentary proceedings are the first reading. Now they are getting into crypto. These virtual properties.
Okay.
Also, people are making money at cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
The government wants to go there and make money from that place. Meanwhile, very pili COVID-19 live very pili. Going there, no crypto for no. So you see, also. If you touch it, it's a opposition is going on.
No, how does that answer the question I asked you? Say, early concession, was it a problem or it was a strategy that ended?
I think it was a strategy. They wanted to avoid the humiliation.
Yes.
Then after the recourse or putting the data together, when we say defeat I on person between Ama easy about be declare. They wanted, it was a good decision at that time. They wanted to avoid, but later on, not say you could see the decision also affected the party in another way. Say some seats be I know say it was typical blue. Example, Ablikumanov.
Example, Asokwa Junction. Oh yeah, Asokwa Junction had me for MPP for a long time.
Typical blue,
yeah.
But because of early
concession,
they lost Akrofrom. They lost most of their seats. Obuasi is comedian.
Yes.
It was going.
Yes.
Because I said, who consider each body for himself, God for us all. I could be into one more and younger a juicy tidy. Yaji.
CJ, what is Chidi? Was it a strategy or it was a bad step?
Well, the part
Ken's camp or say Domokano was saying that the Justin Baumia has not really replied it himself, but this is coming from
I was actually coming there.
Okay.
The part Oka say strategy, and I agree with him. But the part Oka say just to avoid humiliation the strategy is say at that time tempers were really high.
Point temper no.
I mean, from then opposition.
Okay.
You see, people were amassing, trooping to polling stations and all that. And now they were trying to avoid what happened in 2020. Bloodshed, what they happened with Techiman. Okay. Until the best way is I didn't want to say we'll lose. So why do you still hold on to it and let people die? Chaos happening all over.
Just say, who president will lose?
Yeah.
But I don't know, say, president in Kwani,
yes.
MPs near the Adinbo, Ikusua Yekai. I think I train Nanki Yankin Kankin constituency and Sunday president. No. And would have said Monday, no, was it Sunday? Sunday and Opaya or be conceded. Saturday on Saturday.
Yeah.
Sunday and Opaya be 10 hours conceded. So 2 and then you may be 8 and 9, 11. Because the EC was well within his time. Even throughout that Sunday, the EC did not declare until about 2 or 3 days later. You get me? So yeah, but wait, na ye constituency countings, because Chidi Chese, or no dear, or who say Asokwa Junction, Adansia Sokwa, Adansia Krufrum, and some Ablikumaya Yekan, and some Sisbio Mulusiano. It was because the NDC saw say Penina Kasa Johnny Jakadi, baby.
Well, because it's a UTA as a JFK, General Secretary Kaina,
yeah,
or say the decision were made collectively
as a party,
as the executives are almost say. It wasn't Baumia alone say me concede.
But he was not the only one standing there.
We can't blame Baumia, and I don't think I still stand by say I don't think say a mistake so concede that early. Then again, about 22 and you were the MP side and then the presidential side.
Yeah.
Both need the same returning officer. Returning officer for presidential election is the EC.
No think crime.
And then the MP is done at the constituency.
Yeah.
Inti ba omeba consider and did say seat where you lose seat where you lose. No, he didn't say that.
No.
What he said, he say, "Ma can't money in our boom as a party." Me who say we've lost the election. We can't win. And then he was right. And he said, and then again, there are certain seats in Zwa. MPP lost, but they won through a court process.
Okay.
And if any of the seat was won by NPP, the court was there.
Okay.
They never shut down the doors of the court. As I now court when you are too.
There is actually no
be. So what I say, and I don't believe say because of earlier concession and early concession, Baumia, Dr. Baumia Meki anything you lose some of the seat. They lost the seat way before the election. You neglect your people. And then things say, Kumasi, they already said they appointed the MPP shirt crashing now, until you did what you wanted to do. Now we lose we are say Baumia Eko Kosidi. Then again, me they say but Tim Baumia the better responded Kennedy because they have decided to ignore him. So why Tim Baumia? They don't want to respond to anything now.
I've never seen them responding directly.
So it took the general secretary to come and say this truth. Yeah, Sheba Baumia can say, or no, sorry, na. Me concede be crossing the wife say oh dog nyambutred I mean and all that but I say Jeff come here who say
Samira the whole his own
oh come on no Samira Jem I mean many no pa she's somebody I mean
she's one of the finest ladies we have in politics.
Yes I mean you know be here be wonichi I mean where they can say behind every successful man
there's a woman.
Yes until Tim Samira.
I see somebody who knows nothing.
I may not like Baumia and I say like Baumia. I don't.
But Samira de.
But Samira de. I mean. You have such a person.
From JZ.
Yeah.
The Juma vice president, they mean who they are. Yeah. But the person.
Oh, accomplished lady. What you say? She's an accomplished lady. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And coming back to what we're discussing, I don't think say. About me, I did anything wrong. There was no way, no.
Therefore, we Mahama Yarega, Puchise, President Mahama, and 3 terms. Chidi, una agency. I did we bow, you know, and then about him.
I think, sir,
Kasagu Mike.
Over the years, we all have been calling about the term of the presidency. Say 4 years is not enough. And the constitution gave room for 2 years. By equity and society evolves, it got to a time there was a conversation where I said, let us extend it from 4 years to either 5 or 6 years.
Before propose that.
But with the third term agenda now, I think it's whoever that is championing that agenda is doing a great disservice to the nation. You know why?
There's a name here. There's a Mahama Yarega name.
You can set a certain precedent be out to one. And even a banner the boss shall say, the DB Mensah. You can set a certain precedent with the 2 hours. Ochina obi be nya tumi no gifru nsema obi biem
president in the order though let me achieve for ebeboa me ewa ha maybe I should have given this to the producer first. You make your point, I'll come back.
Ochina bi no bi obi biem Watara the Ivory Coast fought war for him to become president. Just go 2 terms. O many ba o zi okose ko 4
obi wu asan wa sorry
it ma yiso owu ado obeba no so be yeden no so be biem Pobia, Cameroon,
92 years.
Wakwa, Uganda.
77 years ago.
Uganda. Museveni.
Of course, 7 times.
Only
8 times.
Bobby Wine. Ding with Uganda. It's because of these issues. And I think that the president, Mr. President, if you are watching me this morning, the people of Ghana gave you a nice opportunity. You are in your redemption period. Your first administration was terrible. A lot of people had issues about it. You saw the dollar. Everybody was complaining about it, and God has been good to you to give you another opportunity just to clear your name. Don't listen to what people
clear your name and leave.
Clear your name and leave.
Leave the scene.
Well, I think so. We are not being fair to the president because the president will make a categorical statement. Say he's not bidding for a third.
Yes, you can make a statement.
So he has made it clear.
Listen to the statement of Ayariga. Say, if my party pushes for it, and
then the party to responded. I don't think so. Mahama intention. I don't have that belief because the opportunity na work no. And you'll be on your best second chance to come and redeem yourself. Okay, and when you have this huge opportunity to set this example for posterity, for the young because nipa bebre hu kufo amamu.
Yes.
Sana bebre hu atamel samamu. but yehu Ekufuado and he say ye be hu even you first term no kra no most of the Gen Zs
18 years
the experience do so
right now no it's an opportunity for you to make a name na NDC no and really most of the youth okay until I don't think say he has any intention of
so my way Nasco, I have some article that I forwarded to you now. It was published on Thursday, August 30th, 1962.
Okay.
Kwame Nkrumah be one-time lifetime president. I don't know. CJ, he wasn't a military man. Nkrumah, no, said the president Mama to me a military from labor life. Oh, I should be there. He was a civilian president. Yeah. Uyusu ne what we refer to as rubber stamp parliament. By that we mean that one party has a lot of seats in parliament. And
the opposition were 3.
Thank you. Now look at this statement. You can enlarge it for easy reading. Parliament meets next Tuesday. This was way back 1962. Many thanks to Professor Kofi Ellison all the way in the United States. I picked this from his Facebook yesterday in the evening. Osajefo. Now the Etifias was saying make Osajefo the life president. Who is speaking? MP. It wasn't Osajefo himself. Yes. Babontenka said a lifetime president. MP Ndiwo. Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah will become life president of Ghana if a private member's motion is adopted when Parliament begins sitting on Tuesday. See, the judge says some motion here filed that out. Now, the House will also be called upon to adopt a one-party system of government for the country. These are among 8 private members' motions listed on the agenda published yesterday. As of 1962, the CPP almost 2/3 of Parliament.
Yes. They were having the goodwill of Ghana.
Thank you.
Brought Ghana.
They gave independence.
Gave birth to independence.
Popularity. Now, the first private members' motion stands in the name of Mr. W.A. Amoru, aka Bongo, who asked the House to congratulate Osajefo. So I congratulate Osajefo. No. If you kind of right now say we should agonize Speaker Babin right now. I don't know exactly why. Now, point 1, on his escape from the recent bomb attack at Kulugungu. Yeah. 2, to deplore the incident and to urge all citizens to be alive to their responsibility for the maintenance of the security of the state. Mr. Amoru's motion will also wish Osajefo long life and in its leadership and to associate itself with the popular desire desire that he should continue in office. Okay. Now let me take from that paragraph. Mr. Amoru's motion will also wish Osajefo long life and good health and call on the House to express its confidence in his leadership and to associate itself with the popular desire that he should continue in office as president for the remainder of his life. The motion on the one-party system of government stands in the name of Mr. S.I. Idrisu. So now we have the live president in one name, and then the one-party state is so 2 members of the same party, knowing full well their numbers in parliament. Now this is almost uncommon. To money or Osajefo in baby ninkomo when can just say, the name of government stands in the name of Mr. S.I. Idrisu, Alfred Dagomba North constituency, a former ministerial secretary in the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. Hitler time and propaganda secretary. And I'm minister.
Who is the government's
press secretary?
Who is the government's press secretary?
Right now,
Felix. Say the president is not interested. The president is not interested in what?
In the third term. Very well. Now let's see what the party NDC wrote to Ayarega and all those of you who are out there, including Ohinena and Oshed at the channel. President Mahama and third term. This is also yesterday, 11 December 2025. It is coming from the office of the National Democratic Congress National Secretariat. In fact, it's signed by the chairman himself, and I'm sure our producer will do well to let our viewers also watch it. Now listen, it was a statement by the National Democratic Congress NDC on a third presidential term. It's too wide, please. The National Democratic Congress (NDC) has taken notice of recent public discussions following remarks attributed to the majority leader in Parliament, Honorable Mahama Ayariga, concerning the possibility of a constitutional amendment to allow His Excellency John Dramani Mahama to contest for a third presidential term. As national chairman of the NDC, I wish to state unequivocally, categorically, and without ambiguity that the NDC has no intention now or in the future of mandating a parliamentary majority to pursue or support any amendment to the 1992 Constitution that seeks to extend or alter the two-term presidential limit. All right.
Or the Baba from Kakramaya.
Yeah.
That last statement now.
Last statement, you already
if it be thematic analysis, we are researchers. Take you interest in this. In the future, we may come back to
yes.
It is
Senko wait me kind of simple say. NDC had no intention whatsoever
forever.
I say until now.
Whatever for him of mandating his parliamentary majority to pursue or support any amendment to the 1992 Constitution that seeks to extend or alter the two-term presidential limit. Now listen, the position of the NDC on this matter is firm and long-standing. One, the NDC is fully committed to Ghana's constitutional two-term limit, which has guided our democracy since 1992. It's already 32 years.
They gave birth to it. So.
It was the NDC that birthed and championed the 1992 Constitution, and it was under our leadership that the presidential term was capped at 2. This was done deliberately to safeguard national stability, prevent the abuse of executive authority, and protect the integrity of our governance system. 3. Any attempt to remove or distort this important pillar of our constitutional architecture will be nothing short of dangerous. A third-term amendment will introduce needless tension, invite instability, and undermine the peace Ghana has enjoyed under the Fourth Republic, a peace built on a constitutional foundation laid by the NDC itself. The last paragraph is very few. Let it therefore be made abundantly clear. That's it. Let's see. I see, get here. Oh, you're a politician.
Oh, me, I like him so much.
True and true. Clear, one, the NDC will not sponsor, support, entertain, or tolerate any move to amend the presidential term limits for any individual, including His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
I think this is clear enough. This is clear enough.
I refer with this statement refers back to the earlier ones. Now or in the future. And me, one thing I like about Sedun Ketia is or a very principled.
Yes.
He stand by his words.
And he knows Onim Wesa.
Well, let's finish it so that you can take what the rest and then smile it. President Mahama has repeatedly, Masazo is honorary president too, has repeatedly demonstrated his respect for the constitution and the democratic traditions of our nation. The party urges the public to disregard any rumors suggesting otherwise. Our focus remains on governance reforms, economic recovery, national unity, and strengthening democratic institutions, not on tampering with term limits. And lastly, the NDC remains committed to protecting the very constitution we authored in the interest of Ghana's continued peace, stability, and democratic progress. Signed, Johnson Esidin Ketia, Nipano Usha, by the signature there as the king size mattress, Kakraka, national chairman. Now to you, gentlemen.
Nasco, don't take it off. Safa Kosro Hono. Kabiti the Kosro Pa, Esro Pa, Safa Kosro Pa. Then
from the very beginning.
From the very beginning.
Okay.
Yes. Ahaya Jinahaya. Was it the National Democrat has taken notice in recent publication discussing fellow remarks attributed to the majority leader now in the future. Sabra Fomo. Brafomo. I heard the NDC will not sponsor, support, entertain, or tolerate any move to amend. It is good. You see, the article that you put on earlier about Kwame Nkrumah, you see, the party they didn't want a third term, or they didn't want to make Nkrumah a lifetime. They thought, say they had a good grounds now.
Yeah. After the Kulugulu
yes.
attempt.
After say Nkrumah success is now when you know.
Yeah.
Nkrumah Kokrana, because Nkrumah has laid certain foundations in team. Yeah. Whoever that they will bring into the next election will continue.
Win and continue.
And the aftermath of that decision that CPP took,
yeah.
And then the CPP there.
No, my Ghana in
history always guide a country and I say people say we are coming from somewhere and we are going somewhere.
Yeah.
They see no. It doesn't take the first say beat me as a sinner.
Yeah, it's true.
You have the goodwill. Everything that happened in 1962, no, by BC 66, is a similar thing that has happened. You have the goodwill of the people. The people support you, they love you, but don't take advantage of it.
They will chase you away.
They will chase you away. And once they chase you away,
they'll bear your legacy.
And Kuma has fine legacy. But because of Nkofobia decision, and your decision, Nkofobia decision, it has ruined everything that of fighting for. Now, when you talk about Nkrumah, people have different mindset about him. They have those who believe in his good, but people talk about the bad aspect.
Yeah.
Even though the bad aspect in him, but because of Amanfobi decision, any come and run it, in your lifetime president. When he was overthrown, you catch it in China, he was sad. At that time, the foreign minister, affairs minister, and you see, Mr. President. You have a good time, you have a fine opportunity. Just as your chairman has said in there, they don't have any intention.
Right.
And what be can the soft be one chain can the malam be can the man be can and many routing. Do your best, because if you take this decision now, it will land the party in doom, and the NDC will never forgive you.
Right.
Though some people will support you today, but Assemble, they will tell you just as your first administration, people were blaming you openly. Said Doomsoni they were pointing hands onto you, say because you were not able to take certain decision. If you take this decision and go for a third term, those same people are maybe position. They are the same people that were pointed to you, said you did similar thing in 2014, 15, 16, and if you repeated it again.
But two things there, I said is being smart here. Because yentie kra no yeso ya TV say wonya president obedi enti wo hwa e bia na nya ndisi no paso safeguard ya now mining hodo name wono aso no so makwan mas president Mahama Kotetema. He's older than President Mahama. One where he may never have a shot at the presidency ever. How do you reconcile that? Even when you say Dinka Church looking out for himself, or according to me, I think that this is one of the best statements any chairman of a ruling party with this kind of good we can do, especially now. With the hindsight, Chidi and they see 1962, Eddie Maye. Me pass o near finti kanina bo manzana watu.
Well, I don't think say he's looking up for himself. I think say or hear the broader picture.
Yeah.
And then Sedun Kitia chairman is a well-seasoned, experienced, and then from general secretary to chairmanship, what to say, what to do at the right time. And then later when our issue, I mean, he deserved the term general, even though now, and I don't think Senator Kakain is looking out for himself. On the broader picture, no, I said a locally built politician now. He has nowhere to go. Yeah. When you're one of the politicians, all his investments are outside. He's somebody from day one, where is he going? Into one train made Jan Kotomo answer, then he has nowhere to go. And I applaud him for bringing out this letter. At least it became a lot of tempers rising along the way from the both political divide. And then I don't. Sometimes Mahama, our president, is a bit undecisive, because I remember in 2016 when he lost. Okay, say Kasani father who say it's better to leave the room when the applause is louder. Actually, but then I understand be contested. So in a way, I'm a bit for any bit trust and say, okay, say only interest be to contest.
Nah,
I
me
mean, this is the loudest applauder or work for now, especially all good real say, you know. And he uncle peacefully, and then when it's done, we will remember him for doing the best. And then right now, no, Onyenka 1 year crime, papa. So we don't even know what will happen
in the
future. Yeah, so
even the book no try my first school return some of my statement about indecisions in here, you know. I think saying somebody that you can be easily influenced.
Yes.
And ultimately can know each in Penufo.
Yeah,
that's one of President
people didn't change that much.
Yes, I think that's one of his weakness. Say he's somebody he struggled to say no to certain people.
We are gentle too much as
ample, and people are taking advantage of his gentleness.
That is so true. But at some point you have to stamp your foot and then take the decision for yourself, because at some level also never better.
Only because which international platforms so I can say you have no interest in taking, but there are certain influential people who on they can come to you and say certain things to you. You can think. Like you can rethink about your decision, you know, and the end of it will be disastrous. And they say, look at here, kudos to him for writing this letter.
Yes,
he's a local politician. You saw what happened to Nkoma. And the CPP crown, or party no the fire.
Which assemblyman to me?
Yes, it's because of a decision, and he knows
assemblyman crowd the work unit committee.
Almost struggle. Samia Nkoma Jomoro.
And the channel.
Oh,
yeah. Dash it to her.
Yes,
and we campaign for her on their budget.
Yeah, Jomoro.
So crowd by
parliament one and one.
Oh,
some of the seats are even some of the seats that NDC is occupied were CPP seats.
Yeah.
But because of somebody's decision, you know, it collapsed CPP.
It's loaded. There's a lot to say about that. Well, I think my time here is up, but I will give my gentlemen one last speech to say their last words. It's a weekend. Black no machine kwa. Na mzee free ya kwa yina sia compare content kakra. Anya maswidi. We all prepare ourselves for the better. What do you have for us? Any birthday, any wishes, any greetings? Let's have it and call it a day.
Oh well,
yes, again.
The for us say you start a program. You say your third week in right or the second week. The second week. Oh, okay. And the almost so much so you moon kakra. The best share so much so and so you moon. Ombason so almost share content. Almost share my. The sense we have more to bring out. Until we encourage you where we make it. They should encourage us. They should stay with us. We've come to stay, and we will do our best to deliver to them.
Media asana me kono me pese me can be fa musa dan kwa the research away home recently or betro be about the people who didn't vote, and 48% of them were NPP, and 2019 was NDC, and 27 were floating voters. I think that both parties should take that data very serious, because if they don't take it serious, and looking at the number of people, or even your own party members, 48% and 12 and 27 of floating voters are to, and then data I say it was the floating voters and the NDC that voted. Imagine that these 48% people are going to vote. We would have talking about a runoff, and the parliament those numbers can be an splitting, and then people have their way to be combating power. So they both parties should work on it. After campaigning and saying 24-hour economy, why is it said 19% of the people decided not to vote? It's a question that they need to ask themselves. And now someone, yeah, so yeah, that must say I will be at the bar. Munya will train up Muhe, share my for. Then people will get to know, say we are here to stay. This is an open-minded platform. We say as it is. Maybe I can be na anya there. Pache,
maybe I never.
And you be an ebe there. And you be as soon as you idea a best house also. Sometimes issue in bar, send the argument chair and any idea. You can. Into no air monko swana mohe na recommend you say kakraka yakupon de kabutu.
Very well, thank you very much, CJ and Richie. This is Afro City Extra Hot in the morning. But before we go, we have some birthday wishes. Let's start with the ladies first. This lady was please wait. Enra no did the birthday and a Thanksgiving. It has ended birthday, so I will be. It's a ultimate flyer. So we do birthday. We saw a flyer then pass you.
Now me come tell you, I'm not for the birthday. More of our Rasaman. Or catch him say, Rich, baby, I did create DB that I'm so far. Was Nipa who film quas will talk. Who so baby? Who would when you go to practice every baby?
There you are born, and I said, count that. Well, but we don't have much time on earth. Oh, no, you know, one moment to be so celebrating Kakra. Do we have the photo yet? If we have it, let's wish this lady the happiest of birthday, although it is belated. Salome Ama Ishon. Yeah, Eshun. Ishon. Salome Ama Ishon. Yeah. Queen Sally and her friend who on social media. Yesterday was her birthday. She sent it to me Wednesday. I said, my lady, I can only do it on Friday because Wednesdays we don't come. Is my producer there? And I want to be there. So happy belated birthday to you, Miss Ishon. I wish you well. I wish you more of God's blessings. She is a die-hard lover of Jesus Christ. So anything church, she will be the first person to be there. I don't think Minyani Futo no, because we can't wait any longer. And then my own brother, Mr. Emmanuel Adair. In fact, now he's a doctor, Emmanuel Adair, who has been in the U.S. for the past 6-7 years. In fact, he was in China and moved to US, all studying Afina, where we are also. So I'm hoping to see him anytime soon. So Dr. Emmanuel Ade, on behalf of Kwejo, Fosti, and all the family, all our mothers and our uncles, we wish you a happy birthday. We wish you a safe journey back to Ghana. This has been Hot in the Morning. My name is Kwasi Mensah. I was in the studio with CJ and Richie. We shall come your way again next week, Monday. Until then, have a very good afternoon. Bye-bye.